Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Allie and welcome back to another Bookmas. This is my third, which I am shocked. If you guys are seeing me after Christmas, I hope you guys had an awesome one if you celebrate. Otherwise, I hope your holidays have been good if you're on holiday break or whatever the case may be. I hope you're just getting a little bit of downtime and me time for yourself. I just wrapped my last vlog and I'm sitting in front of the tree that is officially decorated, which means all of our trees in our house are up. And I did mention in the last vlog that I was going to show you guys the boys' trees, so I will include those in like the next clip for you. They're snowman and Grinch trees. We put them up over the weekend and they're so cute. Usually we have them a little bit more spread out, but this year they're just right next to each other, but nonetheless they're cute. It looks like a little Christmas farm in their bedroom. Besides that, in the last video, if you've seen that vlog, I started reading Little Women. I read 3 other books in that video. I read Iron Flame, the sequel to Fourth Wing, super viral series. I read a past favorite, one of my favorite books of all time as a reread, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab, and I also read a Christmas slasher by Brian McGauley, Candy Cane Kills, so check out that video if you did miss it. But in that video, I also started Little Women. I grew up watching the movie from the 90s and absolutely love that movie. It's kind of like a Christmas favorite now, or I always love to watch it in the winter time, and I just love it. It has such an amazing cast, and because I've watched it first, I think that's why I've had a hard time picking up this book. I think it's also because older books, sometimes I don't know how I'm going to go with it. Like the wording, how different things are between like men and women and stuff like that. There's a lot of different like conflict that I go through when reading older books. I decided it was time, and so I picked it up from my library and paused for another book earlier, but I picked this one back up while I was finishing up this tree. I had to put like the topper and stuff on, which is why I have like glitter all over me still. I'm still picking off. I keep feeling something in my eye, and I keep getting stressed out thinking that I have a piece of that chunky glitter in my eye. Hopefully not. Let me see. I made it. I'm caught up with my bookmark. I mentioned in the last video, so some of this is a little repetitive. Yeah, so I am about that far. You can kind of see where my bookmark is at. I love this book from my library. I want like an edition like this because it's so pretty and it has like really beautiful like illustrations, which I also showed in the last video. But I will show you guys, as the story continues, I will show you guys the illustrations and where it takes me, because I am listening to the audio as well and I'm enjoying it, but just kind of while doing things, and know that, you know, coming up I have like gifts I have to wrap and like different things like that. It's just really nice to listen to an audiobook while I'm doing that. And so yeah, I'm going to try to fly through this, although I'm really enjoying it. It's super cozy. I actually really like the way it's written. I feel like even though you can tell it's an older book, I like the way the girls are so bold and adventurous and not the typical woman back then. I absolutely love that, and I love each one of them. I love that this book goes so into detail about each March girl, and yeah, I'm having such a good time with it. I really want to watch Little Women for this vlog. Hopefully I can get to it or find the time, but I also really want to watch the new one. I think it came out, I was looking at it earlier, I think it was 2019, and I know that there's familiar faces in that as well, but it's one of those things where I don't want it to ruin, you know, the book or the first movie, because so far the first movie has been very aligned with this, and I was a watcher before I read it, but they've been so similar to each other that I think that's why it's making me love this so much too, is because Little Women, it is just kind of like a piece of my childhood that I remember and that I love and that I've just continued to watch over the years and just love so much. So yeah, that is my little intro for this video. I also forgot in the last vlog or two that I forgot to tell you guys that I chopped my bangs. Don't know how I feel about it. Especially when my hair is straight. When it's styled, it's more cute, but they were getting so long. But I'm also like really itching to dye it. I want like really dark, like auburn hair for the winter, and I think I might just make it happen because I feel like the bangs didn't just do it for me. Anyways, I think this is gonna be a rather cozy edition of this little vlog series for Bookmas I have going on, reading Little Women. I do have Midnight is the Darkest Hour. I don't know how cozy it is, but I'm really wanting to pick it up and start reading it because I got my hold in from my library via book from the library, but also audio from Hoopla. So I'm really excited to dive into that one. I've heard very mixed opinions on it, but it's a part of, I think, 1 or 2 of my book clubs this year. I kind of thought the synopsis sounded kind of cool, so I kind of want to get to it. But I will let you guys know soon what I'm reading next.
Right there. I'm putting you down at the thing too.
Alright, so I am still reading Little Women. I'm currently in my bathroom, so I'm sorry if it's super echoey, if there's noise and stuff, because I do have my little like mini fridge back there and it kind of makes like noises. But I thought I would come in here and do a little double masking because I am like breaking out all over. It's very rough right now. I'm gonna do like a duo mask. I have a couple from I Do Care. That's IDEW Care. This is Pure to the Pores Cleansing Volcanic Ash Clay Mask. So I'm going to put this on for just a little bit. I'm going to follow it up with the Cake My Day Hydrating Sprinkle Wash Off Mask. Little masking night while I fill you guys in on what I've been doing because I'm still reading Little Women. I kind of have paused a little bit because I was flying through it. So I'm going to pick it back up probably tomorrow or the day after, but I'm currently, you guys, tackling Midnight is the Darkest Hour. What is this? If you guys have read this, you will know what I'm talking about. I am not even halfway yet. I'm close to halfway. And I am literally just like, what's going on right now? There was talk of vampires. So that's kind of what I was expecting, but now I'm like, what is this? A killer haunts a small southern town, and 2 outcasts, the preacher's daughter and the boy from the wrong side of the tracks, hold the key to uncovering the truth. Midnight is the Darkest Hour is a twisted tale of murder, obsessive love, and the beastly urges that lie dormant within us all. Even the God-fearing folk of Bottom Springs, Louisiana. In her small hometown, librarian Ruth Corner has always felt like an outsider, even as her beloved father rains fire and brimstone warnings from the pulpit at Holy Fire Baptist. Unfortunately for Ruth, the only thing the townspeople fear more than God and the devil are the myths that haunt the area, like the story of the Low Man, a vampiric figure said to steal into sinners' bedrooms and kill them on moonless nights. When a skull is found deep in the swamp next to mysterious carved symbols, Bottom Springs is thrown into an uproar, and Ruth realizes only she and Everett, an old friend with a dark past, have the power to comb the town's secret underbelly in search of the true evil. So now we wait. This is my first Ashley Winstead book, and I just don't really know what to think about the writing so far. I actually feel like it's the type of writing that I'm gonna fall for the more and more I read, but then she just keeps throwing in like these like random curveballs, and I'm like, wait, what am I reading? The Twilight mentions are really throwing me off. It's just like, it's almost reading like a type of tale where I couldn't really even tell you when this is. Like, is this supposed to be current day? We have a little bit of like going back into the past and like kind of showing her and Everett and their friendship and like different times for them, and then like the bad things that are like happening around the town, and all of that. But like current day, like, is it like now? Because it says now, so I'm like, this is now. Like, just some of this stuff is just like really weirdly, I guess, said. But at the same time, I'm from a very small town and I know these type of people at the same time. I do think to an extent, I know it's worse and more like this in other towns, unfortunately. So I will say, if you do have the like background of being raised in a small, very country Christian based, at the very strict and very judgy type, I will just say that is probably going to be a little bit of a trigger warning. I don't know why I am drawn to books like this, because I always do get a little triggered by them, but then at the same time, I like them. Probably just my twisted mind. I do appreciate the fact that in the beginning of this, she does list content warnings for religious fundamentalism, substance abuse, ableism. It just goes on, so you can like look at all of that. So I do like that. I like a good trigger warning for people who don't really like those to just be sprung on them. But I have wanted to read, I believe her book, is it In My Sleep I Hold a Knife? I've heard amazing things about it. I've wanted to read it for so long. But like I mentioned, either earlier in this vlog or my last one, this is a book club pick too. So I was just kind of thinking like, the cover, I mean, it just drew me in. The name drew me in, but even the synopsis itself, I felt like the only thing I really remembered reading was vampire, and then I was like, I'm sold. There's been mentions of vampires, werewolf. There was like a little mention of like werewolves. There's been like witchy mentions, like of a coven or cult type thing going on. There's been like different things like that. So I'm like, what is really going on in this town? What is going to happen in this book? I'm so confused. Is Everett like a human? Is he not? Like, I don't know. And I won't be spoiling you guys on it. I feel like with how much I've read so far, that portion right there, I've pretty much have just read the synopsis. So I feel like the story is just now gonna start like really unfolding and like deep diving into this like murder case and like what's really going on. And I feel like we're gonna be getting more and more details. And again, I'm kind of liking the ride. I'm intrigued. But this girl, every once in a while, like, she's mentioned she likes Twilight like 2 or 3 times. Now Everett mentioned that she is a Twilight loving girl, and I'm just like, it's really hard for me to take a vampire book seriously when they throw in stuff like Twilight. Don't get me wrong, I love the Vampire Diaries, and they do mention Twilight as well, but there's just something about it that, I don't know. At the same time, I kind of related with her because I came from a very strict Christian home when I was young, and in my teens I rebelled a little bit more and was definitely into Twilight, and it's such a tame series, but like being in that mindset of being in a home like that and being able to read something like that was something that I definitely was kind of nervous to bring home or let anybody see what I was reading, and was just like, oh yeah, it's like this really cool book, like trying to downplay like anything that could be maybe seen as dark. But it's just kind of like one of those homes like where you weren't really allowed to watch or read Harry Potter growing up because there's magic in it, and you know, things like that I feel like I could relate a little bit more with this girl and her like sneaking ways and like, you know, wanting to do her own thing, but also like feeling so in this moment she hasn't broke free from that, so she's feeling like she has to still be her dad, who is the preacher, is like perfect little girl who doesn't do anything wrong. And I mean, we're reading up until now where she's, I don't even know how old she is in the present, but I'm to a point to where she's 18 years old and she's still being judged by outsiders who are telling her like, you'll always be daddy's girl no matter how old you are, and just, ooh, stuff like that. I'm definitely like relating to an extent when it comes to some of that and the judgy conflicts of others in the community that I felt growing up too. So it's very interesting, but I still don't really know if I'm loving it. I don't know. It's really odd. But I gotta go wash this off and then put my hydrating one on. And hopefully my skin will realize that I'm just trying to show it some love and not do more damage. I am currently about to run out the door. My family literally just ran out the door. I stayed up late last night, finishing. Midnight is the darkest hour, and I do not know what I just read, to be completely honest. This book, I knew going into it, I figured from the cover, because that's what drawn me into it, that it was going to be kind of like a cozy read, and I also read the word vampire, and I was like, okay, sold. Going into this, though, it was not what I was expected. I was kind of confused in the last check-in, being like, where is this going? Like, why are there so many, like, creatures being mentioned? It's not just vampires being mentioned. We're talking about witches and werewolves and, you know, different things like that. And then I feel like what I can say, without giving spoilers away, is don't go into this thinking it's a vampire book or it's a werewolf book or it's a witch book or whatever. It's just it's like one of those books that is trying to use themes of those, but not necessarily say it's that. But I also agree with many that, like, this is very, like, I would recommend the show Midnight Mass. I feel like Mike Flanagan did amazing on that show. It was so good. This is almost like trying to be Midnight Mass, but like it just went off the rails. I just felt like there was so many missed opportunities and it could have been so much better. And also, like, I don't know how serious I can take this book. It was so laughable at times, which makes me kind of like it a little bit more, but I feel like that's not really what the author was going for. So it makes it really, really hard. And then, not the biggest spoiler ever, but the Twilight references. There's quite a few of them. Some people say it didn't bother them, but for me, who grew up reading Twilight, I kind of liked that there was kind of like that barrier right there with me and the main character where I could like relate with her coming from a stricter home, not being able to usually read that type of thing, and it being like my favorite book and what I read all the time and stuff. And it was almost like you kind of do feel like you're like rebelling because you're like, I would not be allowed to read this, you know? So I can relate with her in so many ways, but I'm not gonna lie, by the 5th, 6th Twilight reference, I was taken out. I didn't DNF. It was at least still entertaining enough, but again, in a kind of like, haha, way. And I didn't really find this to be like a thriller. Like I wasn't really like on the edge of my seat or like, oh my God, you know, it more so than anything, there is a little bit of that mystery there of trying to like wrap everything together and figure out what is actually going on right now. But the main character was just very weird. Like I didn't understand how some of the stuff would happen, and she would just kind of just go along with it or just act like she's still this like devoted Christian when behind the scenes she's saying the opposite. And then, you know, and I can get the peer pressure of being around so many people who are devoted Christians. In this case, in this book, they were just very awful people. But I don't know. I kind of wish that barrier was broken a little bit earlier than what it was, I guess. I don't know. All in all, I just feel very weird coming out of this. I read it last night, and then I had to jump on some past live shows because I know Gabby from the book troupe did it 1 month, or read this for 1 month. Kayla from Books and Lala, Literally Dead Book Club, she did this 1 month for the book club. So I went back and I watched both of those lives because at the time I had to skip them because I hadn't read it. And I was like, I have to see other people talk about this book because I'm going insane right now. And I wanted to say one of the things that Kayla said that really struck me. And I was like, yes, this is what... or I guess the only reason why I was okay with the Twilight references was how much of like the Bible was mentioned as well, and how like it was almost like to this girl, the Bible and Twilight were like right here. It was almost like Twilight meant as much to this girl as like this religion, and I just think that speaks for honestly the themes of most of the book. And I don't know. I think I'm landing at a 3, but I feel like this is a hard one. Like I need to simmer on it. I really don't want to like, I feel like I've roasted it enough, so I shouldn't give it a lower rating. I kind of feel like I just shouldn't rate it, but I think if I was going to, I would rate it a 3 because at least I was entertained. And I did like some of the concepts before it just fully went off the rails. With that being said, I've heard amazing things about Ashley Winstead's work. In my sleep, I hold a knife, and I think The Housewife or something like that. I've heard amazing things about him, so I am gonna give her another try as some more of her books because I don't know. I feel like a lot of the majority are talking about this one in the way that I am, that also love her other work. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's just this book. I don't know. I'll let you guys know. But I am heading out, so I'll be back later. And I need to wrap up Little Women or start another book at this point.
Sorry about that text you got, I didn't ever mean to send it. So you got me in my feelings, also fuck autocorrect. And I've been doing fine, except the stabbing pain up in my chest. And I'm stuttering, okay, I'm done. But now you're gone again. I'll take all your issues, you can have my friends. I don't miss seeing or miss you on my phone screen. Now I save the tissues that you bought me from a nosebleeds. I don't think about you, but it don't sleep. Gone again. I'll take all your issues, you can have my friends. I don't miss seeing or miss you on my phone screen. Now I save the tissues that you bought me from a nosebleeds. I don't think about you, but it don't sleep. Summer days, don't miss your taste. Out in the crawl space, wanna break, still see your face. I just don't wanna be a missing case. Walk in your place, keep up in my pace. Stay awake, stay awake.
Alright, you guys, I have left you for a couple of days, so I thought I would do a little check-in on my books, but also I realized that I haven't done my Ipsy. It's upside down, but my Ipsy this month. So I was like, you know what? Do I have time right now to hurry up and film this and get it edited and like put it up and everything? Not really, because I'm cutting it very close to Christmas now. Will I have time afterwards? Maybe, maybe not. Like I'm just figured it would be easiest to just throw it in one of these vlogs. So that's what I'm doing today. But I thought I could at least show you what I got in mine this month. And also put some of it on my face while I talk to you guys about the books I've been reading. Well, really, like, I guess one book right now. Also, I threw on the fireplace on my TV because I was just like, yeah, I just kind of have like a little cozy like moment, and hysterically laughed at it, at how just, I don't know, it's just so funny to me. So I don't know. It just seems very bright in the viewfinder, so I don't know if this is really going to be the vibe, but you know what? It is what it is. I do have my makeup bag handy with a bunch of my like daily go-to products, so whatever I don't have in these, because I actually have no idea what I got. I believe it's just Boxycharm and Ipsy this month, but whatever I'm missing, I should have in front of me to use for my everyday stuff. This is the card, and it is "You're the Main Attraction. 'Tis the cold, dry season." Oh, this is really cool though. There's 5 like different things to try. Try skin cycling. Get the most out of your active ingredients like exfoliants and retinoids without stressing your skin by cycling through a different product each night for a certain number of nights and then repeating. Embrace the moisture sandwich. It might be exactly what your dry skin and lips crave this winter. On clean, damp skin, apply moisturizer, then layer on occlusive cream over top to help trap much needed moisture inside. There's also style with the hair mask, pattern foundation with the sponge, because I'm sure it's going to smooth everything if your skin's kind of dry. Make your own tinted lip balm. So those are really cool. I did get the email that we were getting some gifts from Ipsy, which is really cool. If you're part of like their incubator, Ipsy fam. Yeah, creator incubator. It's like a bag that you could kind of just like a crossbody bag. I'll actually probably use this on my morning like walks and stuff whenever I'm like more dehydrated, because it like holds a bottle. It also says it's made out of recycled water bottles, which is really cool. Also looks like some fuzzy socks, which is really cool. They're super soft. This time of the year, I am all about my fuzzy socks. I have fuzzy socks on usually all the time. So these will come in handy. Oh, let's get into the rest. So Boxycharm, let's see what we've got. Eyeliner from Persona. I believe I've gotten this before. It looks like there's 2. One of them is brown and one of them is plum. So that's nice, a little bit of a difference than just black. Ooh, JLo Beauty. I've actually been loving her skincare so much. I was kind of shocked because like the packaging, I mean, it looks pretty, but it's just straight up just plastic. Everything is plastic. And I was like, I feel like this is another celebrity skincare brand where maybe she's not going to put like a whole lot into it. But I've actually been really enjoying her products. What is this though? Let me see. This is the That Fresh Take eye cream. Okay, I was gonna say it looks smaller like it's eye cream, but I wasn't sure, which is perfect. I just got out of the shower. It was a no hair wash day, so I'll be able to try the skincare products too. This next thing is from TYS Beauty. It is the Final Treat Hyaluronic Acid Infused Setting Spray, which is cool. Let's see what the bottle looks like. Okay, looks like this. Very sleek white packaging, and it almost looks like it's an aerosol can, but it is just a super fine mist. There's not really a scent to it either. Then we got Cali Ray, Come Hell or High Water. I love that. Clean mascara. It's very like sleek. It looks like Better Than Sex mascara packaging, but it actually feels like plastic. I wonder if it's made out of like recycled plastic or something. But it has a thinner wand, but it's regular bristles. And super excited about this. Rim Beauty, Ariana Grande's brand. I have still, I think, yet to try anything from her brand, so this is really exciting. I've had my eyes on her lipsticks. I really want to get some of the lipsticks. This is one of the palettes though. I love the packaging and everything, so I was super excited to get it in my Boxycharm just because I haven't really like, I don't know, like the color stories are just not really grabbing my attention that much. And this one, it's okay, like, but it's kind of weird to me. Like, I don't know. I feel like some of these shades are like a little off-putting to me, but I'm gonna try to do a look with them, maybe using the browns, and the plum eyeliner maybe. That might be a moment. Yeah, I really like the packaging on this. It feels nice, but I just haven't been too blown away by her color stories, but her lipstick shades look very nice. That is the Boxycharm by Ipsy. Now, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I am not really vibing with this bag this month. It's a little bit of a hot mess, but very festive. The first thing was out of the bag, and that is a brush from Shayna B, Miami. It's their angled shader. Looks like that. Try it out today. A face oil from Nina. Hydrate and brighten, rich in vitamin E and bok chooley. Is that What's Up Beauty? What's Up Beauty? I've never heard of this before. This is Plamour. Tablet-free, clean, cruelty-free vegan eyeshadow duo. Oh, that's really cool. See, maybe I'll use that with the plum eyeliner and the brown shades and the rim palette. Dr. Brandt Micro Dermabrasion, which I've used. I love this stuff. It works really well. And then Gold Faden MD Lip Therapy Restoring Lip Treatment. I need this like now in my life, so I'm gonna put some of this on. It's like a thick like ointment. Almost smells really good. Feels really nice on the lips too, very nourishing. I'm actually just gonna throw this in my everyday bag because I don't have one in there currently. Like always, if you didn't know, the Glam Bag is 5 Deluxe Beauty Samples. If you're a member, you get to choose one of them and it's up to a $70 value. Boxycharm is 5 full-size beauty products. Members choose 3 products and it's up to a $200 value. I will have my link and stuff down below. My link is an affiliate, but I'm not sponsored or anything. I do just like to include all of that because I am very thankful that they send this my way every month and I really enjoy getting them and sharing them with you guys. Let me know if you got yours this month, what you got. I'm gonna try on a bunch of this stuff, see what we've got, let you guys know what I think, and also tell you guys a little bit about the book I recently finished. Okay, first I'm gonna start off with a little bit of this mist just to get my face going. I don't really know if I smell anything, but it feels good on the skin. I'm gonna leave it out so I can spray my face again in a bit, but I do have a couple skincare products here to throw on. I have that eye cream. I don't think I'm going to use the micro dermabrasion right now because I have used an exfoliant recently enough that I don't feel like my skin needs it right at this very moment. So I'm first going to go into the JLo Beauty eye cream. The book that I currently finished is another Alice Hoffman, and it is The Rules of Magic. It is book 2. It's like the second prequel for Practical Magic, and I absolutely ate up the first prequel. It's magic lessons. I had to look it up because I don't know why I was going blank there, but I read Practical Magic last year and absolutely adored it so much, and Alice Hoffman's writing in general. And of course I like the movie, but I was like, oh my gosh, there's like a whole series, there's like prequels, there's at least one sequel, I do know that too, so I'm like, and plus she has so many other books too that I'm going to try to get to in the new year. This eye cream was very thick, very luxurious feeling. I really like it so far. It felt really nice under the eyes. And then the face oil, it feels really nice on the skin as well. Just really sinks in. I'm going to go ahead and start putting on some stuff that I didn't get in my bag, just to get like my face going. Anyway, so like last month or the month before, I started reading Magic Lessons, which is the first prequel, and it goes like way back when with like the first like Owens, and it's kind of just taken us through the story until we get back to like the current Owens who are in Practical Magic, Sally and Jillian. And I just, Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. I loved following the people that we followed in magic lessons, and then going into the rules of magic, which I just finished. 5 out of 5 stars. I've given 5 stars to all of these because I love them so much. I'm eating them up. We follow Sally and Jillian's like aunts. Francine, who goes by Franny, and Jet. They're sisters, and then they're like the aunts that are in practical magic, but they do have a brother named Vincent. And so we get to learn about their life, how their parents were, the Owen curse and what it did to their life, how it like wreaked havoc. Also, not as many spells and like things that like I guess bookmarked. I bookmarked the shit out of magic lessons. There was so much I was like, I want to write this down. I want to write this down. Oh my god, I love this so much. Not as much with this one, but I still really liked it because it's like the best like segue into practical magic. And now it's got me like, I really want to read the sequel for Practical Magic because I've never read it, but now it's got me like wanting to just like read Practical Magic again. So I just might. It's like the perfect season for it. I love reading them around this time. Fall to winter. Just incredible for Alice Hoffman's books. I am really hoping to get through Practical Magic again and then the last book before winter is over. Definitely on my winter TBR. But yeah, I think if you like very cozy reading vibes, it's almost like literary fiction because it just kind of feels very... It's very character driven in a way that sometimes there's not a whole lot of like world building or, I mean, anything. We're literally just like following this family. If you can get attached to the family, you're in for an amazing ride. And if you like witchy things on top of that, you're just going to absolutely love it. Now that my face is done, I'm going to spray again and we can move on to my eyes. I think I'm gonna do like a reverse cat eye. I've been kind of doing like my smudge liner moment, but I'm gonna be using that plum shade. On this time of the year, I normally do like a sugar plum moment, so yes, this is gonna be it. Looks like it still kind of looks brown. I put up my waterline, but I also just am kind of messy with like the lower lash line with the liner when I do it this way. And then I just rub my eye like you're really not supposed to do. Smoke it all out. Ooh, got really smoky on that side. And then I kind of swoop it up using that new angled brush. And I'm also gonna go ahead and take like light brown shade right here on this angled brush to start building up a little bit of pigment. Now I'm gonna kind of mix things up a little bit. I'm gonna go into this like duo that I have, and I'm gonna just go straight into this metallic. Oh, it's so pretty. And put this on the lid. It's super buttery and it's going on really pretty. Doesn't look to have any fallout. I'm now gonna go into the mascara, add a lip, and that'll pretty much be a look.
What you want to talk about?
What you trying to get at? Big girl on the boat, miss my RT. Hit 'em all like a joke, man, it's all I fear. Catch 'em all, fuck 'em all, it's a bright idea. Never heard a ringtone, but now you're gone again. I'll take all your issues, you can have my friends. I don't miss you and I miss you with my phone screen. Now I save the tissues that you bought me from a nosebleed. I don't think about you, but it don't sleep. Gone again. I'll take all your issues, you can have my friends. I don't miss you and I miss you with my phone screen. Now I save the tissues that you bought me from a nosebleed. I don't think about you, but it don't sleep. Some days I don't miss your taste, but some nights fall on my face. It's alcohol without all the chase. I get away without a heartbreak. You in the city, you're out of state. Chase you from out, but can't keep up pace. I left your backpack with your phone on the staircase.
And this is the finished look. I didn't plan on doing anything with my hair, so don't mind that. It is what it is. I like the mascara. I feel a little naked with my lashes right now, I'm not gonna lie. I've gotten so used to using on a day-to-day basis, like a lash primer, and it's just been absolutely incredible. And since we have been busy and doing things that feels like non-stop lately, I've been putting on makeup every day to go out the door, and so I've been using it like crazy, so I feel naked without it today, I'm not gonna lie. But I do like how the look turned out. I think it's really pretty, very sugar plum grunge. So since I haven't had a minute to update you guys, I wanted to let you guys know that, one, I'm making a blanket I'm super excited about. My mama had intended to make this blanket a little while ago and went and bought all the yarn. It's like the chunky yarn that you do like finger knitting, so you don't have to have like any tools for it. You just take your balls of yarn and, you know, do the certain like loop method to finger knit a blanket. So she never got to it and then was just like, I don't know when I'm going to or if I'm going to, so she gave it to me. So I am currently knitting it up, and I'm going to give it back to her. But it's been such a little cozy hobby to do while just chilling out, listening to the Little Women audiobook. So that's what I've been doing, and I finished it. So I am now going to watch the movie. I'm gonna snuggle up in bed, finish my blanket, because I do want to get it to her, I think on Christmas or just, you know, somewhere around Christmas. So yeah, that's what my plans are for the tonight. But I loved this book so much. It's such a warm and cozy and heartbreaking at times, but then just so like empowering story. It's just so good. If you didn't know, I'm sure you do know, it's a classic. But Little Women is about this family in general, the Marches, and the father is away at war. The mother and her, like, I don't know if it's like an aunt or just somebody in the family, or just a family friend who is pretty much like helping her out around the house with the girls. And then the four girls, the sisters. There's Meg, who's the oldest, and she's kind of the more prim and proper one that is very like, you know, ladies don't do that type of ordeal, and trying to get her sisters to act straight so that they can be like the other girls. Slowly with her character development, it eases up a lot, but she definitely has a lot of pressure on her shoulder being the oldest daughter and feeling like she does have to like get married soon, so she has to act proper for that and, you know, always look proper. And then you have Jo, who is just very non-girly. She is a tomboy through and through. She is a writer. She likes to put on plays and go on adventures and have fun. Does not want to settle down. She wants to just see the world. Absolutely love Jo. Then you have Beth, who is the quiet, shy sister who is very musical talented. She can play the piano, and she is such a sweetheart and kind of is like Jo's confidant. And then you have Amy, who is like the Spitfire youngest, definitely youngest child, you can tell, who is an artist. She can't sit still in school. She hates it so much. It's boring. She wants to create. She wants to have fun with art and dreams of doing stuff with art in the future as well. And yeah, it's just a story of their life, of sisterhood, of, you know, just womanhood in general, as they grow. And of course, it's set back in a time. This book is super old, but set back then, and so things are very different now, so it makes you look at things at a different perspective, a new perspective even, and it's just a really cool journey. But also some of the stuff still rings true as far as how women feel, sisters feel with each other, the ups and the downs, highs and the lows of all of those things. And it's just It's a very comforting, cozy, but still heartbreaking and emotional journey, to say the least. I absolutely loved this though and gave it 5 stars, and I'm gonna be on the hunt for a hardback copy of Little Women that has like illustrations and stuff in it, because I just absolutely love that so much. It's so beautiful. Not gonna lie, first time in my life that I have been like, I kind of want to steal from the library because I love it so much. Yeah, I got through both of these, loving them so much, and I still have books on my TBR, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how many more I'm gonna get to because it's just kind of like crunch time for everything, and I know with the holidays, Christmas Eve, Christmas, things are just very busy, and I feel like I don't really get to a whole lot, and I definitely want to wrap this up by Christmas Day-ish. So I did get Christmas Presents, the book by Lisa Unger, and from the library. So I'm going to grab it, and since I got that one in, I think I'm going to read that versus the, what was it, The Visitor? And that one might have to be put off until maybe next Christmas. Because being realistic, I think I will just make it through one more Christmas read. Errands to run, last minute shopping, Christmas wrapping, and then all the festivities start, and there's gonna be baking on Christmas Eve and all of that. So yeah, I will see you guys soon, hopefully. Little update. I'm so excited. I'm officially done wrapping presents, and I feel so accomplished. It may be the 23rd, but usually it's literally the night of Christmas Eve, the morning of Christmas, and I'm finishing up stuff and getting like 2 hours of sleep. So I feel accomplished. I also finished my blanket, which was so much fun to do. A lot easier once you get going, get like the hang of it. I haven't crocheted or knit in years, so I still kind of felt like I was missing like my needles going at it, but I pulled it off in the end. I do feel like I need to pick up one more ball of chunky yarn. Might have to bring it to her as is, but I feel like I could use like one more, but it's not a bad length. I'll try to get like a video to show you guys it. But yeah, it's super cozy and comfy, and I enjoyed finishing it while watching Little Women, which is still so good, one of the best movies. I am, however, checking in with you guys because I'm actually about to go to bed and go wash my face and go to bed, but I did start Christmas Presents by Lisa Unger. So I wanted to give you guys at least a little bit of synopsis. I'm barely into it, so things are just starting. Against all odds, indie bookshop owner Madeline Martin has built a pleasant life for herself, overcoming the traumatic childhood and the daily struggle of caring for an elderly and infirm father. But in the days leading up to Christmas, Madeline's tenacious grasp on happiness is tested by the arrival of celebrity true crime podcaster Harley Granger, a man whose prodding questions about her most painful memories threaten to bring them back to the surface. Madeline is the only surviving victim of Evan Handy, the serial killer convicted for the murder of her best friend and suspected in several other disappearances. Since Handy went to jail, 3 more young women have gone missing, suggesting either that there is a copycat at work or that the authorities locked up the wrong man. As the holiday approaches and a blizzard bears down, Madeline and her childhood friend Badger must confront a deadly possibility. In the process, they'll discover a truth more terrible and much closer to home than they ever imagined. I am liking it so far. It's reading super quick. I happened to get the audiobook on Hoopla, so that kind of helped while wrapping presents, but perfect title for the activity I was doing. but I can say it's really cozy thriller mystery vibes, but it's reading very quickly. I feel like I could probably just fly right through this tomorrow if it wasn't for the fact that it was Christmas Eve and we have a lot going on. But there is a portion of the baking of like mixing everything and getting like the dough ready before the boys come in. So I might try to do a little bit of reading or, you know, listening to the audio then. But yeah, I'm just gonna fit it in where I can, not be too hard on myself because things get really stressful around the holidays as it is, and I just kind of forget. But I'm at least hoping to finish it this week so I can let you guys know my thoughts and wrap up this vlog with Christmas and all of that. And that's exactly how Christmas Eve went. It was very busy, but very restful at the same time. I feel like I had a lot of downtime. We had a lot of fun making our sugar cookies, our reindeer food, and we even had an Oreo gingerbread train to make this year. That was just like classic gingerbread house making. It was an absolute mess, but it was such a good time. We got everything ready for Santa and for Christmas. I did fit in a little bit of reading, but I have to say it's going a little downhill. It's still very fast-paced and a cozy Christmas thriller, but I kind of have my doubts with it just because it's seeming very predictable and almost so fast-paced that I feel like it's going to end rather quickly. And if I predict the things that I am predicting, I feel like it's going to fall a little flat for me. Hello, you guys. I am wrapping up this vlog. It has been quite the holiday season. I hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, and I hope even a Happy New Year as we are going into the new year by the time you guys see this. Our Christmas was really great. We did our normal morning of the boys opening their presents, seeing what Santa brought, seeing what Mommy and Daddy got them as well, and yeah, we had a really good time. I, of course, had to have my morning latte to fill something, to not be just a momby. We spent the rest of Christmas at James's family's house for the most part. We went there for dinner and, you know, gift exchange there. I made some vanilla with my mother-in-law, which was really fun. I love doing stuff like that. And then she was so sweet to let me take so much of it home, and now I'm gonna have vanilla for next year, which is super exciting. I'm kind of like on this journey of wanting to be like a homesteader almost, of like wanting to can things and make things, and I don't know, my journey just keeps getting more and more adventurous, to say the least, but I am excited for what 2024 has in store for me for sure. Besides that, our holidays are still not over because we have my mom's side to get to, friends as well. Can you open it and see who you got?
Pokemon cards.
Yeah, I must have bought it. Oh, okay, so this box here. This big box.
You don't have them yet. And I am still doing, I feel like, Christmas things. I've been making these little book ornaments. I've kind of just had a full anxiety week of like trying to figure out what gift to get my friend, and it's been sending me, let me tell you, because all my ideas for some reason just keep not turning out. So I decided to make book ornaments, which I really wanted to do anyways this year. So it gave me the opportunity to do them for me and my friends. And I'm still working on mine. But it is the glass ornaments where you do like the little bitty books and you put them in there and it's like your year of books in an ornament. And then I got gold stickers so that I could do the 2023 on them for us and tie them with bows. I think I'm gonna have to put mine in 2 ornaments, but I don't know. I might be able to just cram it all in one. We'll see. I did finish Christmas presents and then just forgot to update you guys. So I thought this would be the perfect outro. I'm landing at a 3. And that's being kind, I feel like. I think it's the fact that this was such a cozy Christmas thriller that I can give it a 3. This is my second book from Lisa Unger, and I actually loved Secluded Cabin Sleep 6. I read it close to this time last year, so that was really cool. But so far, they both have been very cozy, not really, well, the last one wasn't really Christmas, but very cozy winter thrillers, if you will. So she's just kind of been my author for that. I really liked that book. This one fell a little bit flat for me, and I feel like it was because of the Christmas. Now, I do have to say, I like what she did, tying in like the little thriller moment of like these Christmas presents. But besides that, there really wasn't much Christmas to it, so I don't really think I can blame it on that. But I don't know, there was just something about this one that just didn't really work for me as well. I do like the dark Christmas thriller vibe. If you're gonna do a Christmas book, I would like it to be Christmas horror, or usually I just can't read it. But I do like the winter vibes of this one, kind of feeling a little secluded in times as well. I feel like she writes that very well. She is also an amazing writer for a thriller mystery. I do kind of feel like there was much more of that thriller aspect in Secluded Cabin Sleep 6 versus this one. This one was definitely just more so mystery, cozy, but it was still very fast paced, and I love her writing style so much. I just wish sometimes she would slow down just a tad at certain points. The rest, I'm good with. I love this fast-paced thriller mystery, but those certain key moments, I feel like slow down a little bit. You're giving too much away too quickly. And in turn, I feel like by the, like, 3/4 of the way in the book, I'm already guessing everything, and that happened with this one, if not sooner than that. I feel like I kind of was guessing things within the first couple chapters, but my mind was definitely more so made up by 3/4 in, and it just kind of sucks to invest yourself in a book and then to just kind of like know all of it ahead of time. I like that shock or surprise moment of finding out something in the end, and I just felt like I didn't get that with this. It was just very predictable in my opinion. But like I said, I'll give it a 3 because I do like her writing style. I did like the cozy but fast-paced winter Christmas thriller moment that she did give us. I just wish it was a little bit more than what it was, because I do feel let down. And it kind of sucks that that's my last book for this video. The rest of this week has been anxiety filled. I'm finishing up things. I'm also like, I haven't had time to sit down and breathe and to figure out what I'm still missing from this year. That has caused me to spiral into my plans for the new year, and it's just been a lot. So I took a step back, and I think I'm going to end out my year by finishing my It read by Stephen King to end out my year. Did I finish The Stand? Absolutely not. Maybe next year, but it would be a huge goal of mine and a huge accomplishment if I can at least get through the rest of it, because I don't have too much more to go and I really want to wrap that read up. So I think that would be a perfect end of the year bang for me, and I cannot wait to be back on the channel. This is gonna be my last video before videos of the new year and like wrapping up last year and going into the new year with new ideas and trying to move forward with like freshness and consistency and some type of regular normal if I can. But I hope you guys all had happy holidays. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel for another year. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video.